All right, guys, you should have your note sheet out. So we're going to do the last type of different equations. And in these equations, we are going to have to determine if an equation will have one solution. So all of the equations that we have done so far, we have solved and they have had one solution. X equals 5, x equals 1/2. That means that that is the one number that if we plug it back in for x, the left side will equal the right side and balance it out. Okay, now we're going to have some equations that don't necessarily have one solution. They might have infinitely many solutions, which means any number in the entire universe of numbers will work. Or they might have no solution, which means there is no number that we could ever plug in for x that will make the left side balance out to equal the right side. Okay, so one solution, we should know what that looks like. One solution has one answer for the variable. So we go through those 5 steps, we distribute, we combine like terms, we move the variables to the same side, undo addition, subtraction, and undo multiplication, division. Those steps are the same. When we are done with this problem, we might have x equals -2 or y equals 1/5. So that's what an equation that has one solution will look like. If it has no solutions, what's going to happen is the variables will cancel out on both sides, and the values that remain will be different. So, for example, if I have this problem, and we'll do some examples in a little bit, but if I have this problem and I move the 2x by subtraction to the other side, well, 2x minus 2x cancels, and over here 2x minus 2x also cancels. So what we have left is 5 equals -3. Since 5 is not the same number as -3, that's untrue, we would say that this problem has no solution. For the infinitely many problems, the variables will cancel out on both sides, and what's going to happen is the values will be the exact same. Exactly the same. So example, 2x minus 4, 2x minus 4. If I subtract the 2x on this problem, 2x minus 2x is 0x, 2x minus 2x is 0x, so I'm left with -4 is equal to -4. -4 is equal to -4. They're the exact same number, so we would say this problem has infinitely many solutions. All right, so we're going to solve 4 problems. I'm going to solve 4 problems with you. Guys, the same 5 steps apply that we've been working with the last couple days. So if there is parentheses, we have to get rid of those first. So in this problem, we're going to have to distribute. So we get 3x, and that's a -1. So 3 times -1 is -3. Bring the right side down. We got to move the variables to one side. Doesn't matter which group we move. I'm going to move the positive 2x by subtracting it. That leaves me with 9. I get 1x minus 3. Guys, at this point, notice my variables did not cancel each other out. So we should have one solution when we're done with this problem. Since the variables didn't cancel each other out, we should be able to continue like we've been and solve for one solution. So I'm going to add 3 to the other side. 1x equals 12. Divide by 1. So x equals 12. So then we now have to say that this has one solution. 12 is the only number in all the numbers that will make the left side balance out with the right side. All right, let's do number 2. So we have to combine like terms. So 2x minus 2 is 1x. Over here on the right side, I got to put together my whole numbers. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So 1x plus 7. I have to move the variables. So I'm going to move them. 1x minus 1x cancels. 1x minus 1x also cancels. So once my variables have canceled each other out, I either have one or no solution or infinitely many, depending on the numbers that remain. So I'm going to bring those down. I have 7 equals 7. You should be asking yourself whether or not that's a true statement. Is 7 the same thing as 7? Of course it is. So we would say that this has infinitely many solutions, and you do have to write that. So these problems are kind of a two-parter. I'm going to look to see that you have this correct, and then I'm going to look to see that you have that statement correct, that you know that it has infinitely many. All right, let's do number 3. So we got to distribute, just like normal. I'm going to rewrite the left side. So 2 times x is 2x. Be careful here. We have a negative 5, so 2 times negative 5 is a negative 10. I'm going to move the 2x from the right over to the left by subtracting it. 2x minus 2x cancels. 2x minus 2x also cancels. Make sure you bring these down correctly. So this is still a negative 8, and this is still a negative 10. Does negative 8 equal negative 10? Of course it does not. Those are not the same number. So we say no solution. There is no number that will ever allow the left side to equal the right side in this situation. All right,